drawn by an artist, really good artist named Joe Madera. He's the same guy who was behind all of the art and one of the co-founders of Visual Games, which made the game Darksiders. Well, he's founded.
Says I got a basic dust mask, but might get a respirator type. Doing a lot of filing and sanding at the moment. Because my cuts aren't very neat yet.
Yeah, definitely. If you have the money and you can invest in the Astral respirator. They're a pain in the ass, but they do the job. But yeah, so he formed a new company called Airship Syndicate, and they are currently bringing back the comic as well as doing a JRPG of it. And they already got a Kickstarter up and going. You know, I've already backed it myself along with other people. Within the first 3 days, they met their goal. They pledged $500,000. Right now, they're at like $655,000. You know, so they met their goal and beyond. But one of the characters in there is named Calabrito, and he is this huge hulking suit of armor. And I definitely want to build that for myself for next year. So I'm trying to give myself enough time to build it. So I'm literally going to be starting this week on it and just slowly building a piece at a time, taking my time. You know, if I get it done by March of next year, that would be good. You know, because like I said, I do this as a business, so a lot of times I'm so busy doing commissions for my clients, I have very little time for my own work. So this year I'm just starting, you know, like a whole, what, 6 months, you know, from now. I'm starting now, so I give myself enough time to make mistakes, to make adjustments, to make improvements, all that good stuff, you know. So I definitely want to be rocking it next year. He has this arm, his left arm, that transforms into a cannon, and it's a unique mechanic because he'll like jerk his arm back like that, and you'll see it pop out. I don't know if I can do that, but I'm gonna keep on studying the in-game art, and you know, let my mind wander and think and see if there's a way maybe that I can work out that mechanic. You know, if not, what I might end up doing is a secondary arm. I already know because of the size of the character's hands that they're bigger than his head, so I have to make fake hands, but I'm making the fingers on the hands prehensile, and that basically means I'm going to make a device in there with cables and rings I can slip my fingers into, and as I move my fingers, the fingers on the tip will move just the same exact way. So I'm definitely going to do that. But yeah, if I can figure out how to get that can to pop out the same way, I'll be a happy camper. But if not, I'll just simply, you know, make a second hand that can slide up over that to simulate, you know, the gun. Try and make sure that I put my cuts everywhere in here. Nope, I missed here. Pardon the coughing, guys. My allergies acting up. This time of the year, they always hit me. Alright, I think I got it all. If not, it'll show up. what I'm going to do next is break out the heat gun, and I'm going to heat this up. It's going to do two things. One, it's going to flash it, you know, which I explained earlier as a way of, well, it's one of the steps you would do to closing up the cells in the phone so paint takes better to it. But also, engraving. It's one of the best ways to do a wickedly sharp and precise engraving in your work. Like there are, well, runes basically that I drew out on here. I'm going to engrave those into here. Pardon me, using the same technique, the same method. What's going to happen is, as I put the heat gun over this and I keep the heat gun moving, it's going to force the cells to originally open because it's heat on foam. You know, but what's going to happen is when I take this off and it cools down, it's going to contract. Any line that I've cut into that, it's going to open up. So it's going to give you a nice, neat, clean, engraved area. And it's great for doing detail like this. So I'm kind of killing two birds with one stone here. You know, doing the flashing on it as well as getting my engravings. You definitely want to keep the heat gun moving on your phone. If not, you will burn it. You will definitely burn it. So keeping that heat moving quickly over it is key. Okay. Yeah, it's opening up real nice. And like I said, you'll be able to tell easily after going through this process if you've missed any spots, and you just go back. You know, like I see one line here that I missed, so I'm gonna go ahead and give that some loving. Worry about any fumes or anything, because I'm not actually burning the foam. There are no fumes. I try to work with chemicals that, or items that are pretty much safe indoors, because a lot of people don't have a house. I don't have a house, you know, so you don't have that access to a garage. You know, so you gotta think twice. Like, I don't use fiberglass. Fiberglass is just, one, too goddamn stinky to use indoors. It's also toxic. You have to wear a mask through the whole process. You know, so something like that is not conducive to a person who say only owns an apartment because you're working out of your living room, like I am. So you want to work with things that are safe in that type of environment. Instead of using fiberglass, I use something called smooth cast, which is this stuff right here. Um, it's a liquid polymer plastic. It sets a hell of a lot faster than fiberglass does. You depending on which brand you buy or which number you buy, because they all got different model numbers, they have different set times. If you're doing a mold, you want the fastest set time because you're doing a mold. So you probably want 325, which I believe sets in like 3 minutes, and it actually cures in like 2 hours, something like that. If you're doing a bigger scale area, then you might want to get like number 300, which has a set time of like 10 minutes, and it cures in 6 hours. So just so you guys know, set time means you can pull, if you want, you can pop it out the mold after that set time if you want. It'll still be a little bit soft, a little bit bendable. If you want to adjust something, you can do it like that. But when it fully cures, it's rock hard.
So New Cat said that arm is the kind of stuff she wants to have things as soon as that. That if you have somewhere I can check out more basic work. And Blue Shoot says,
Hey, Blue. Okay. Let's see if you guys can see this in the camera. So we're trying to line up in the camera, but as you can see, those are my scales, and it's been flashed, so now once again it's nice and smooth everywhere. There are no burrs on it. This piece is ready to be glued to everything else, so as this is one thing out the way. Alright, so next I think I'm gonna work on this bad boy right here. And I've got a lot of sanding I can do on this thing right here. I think what I will do first, I think I'm gonna hit it on the belt sander first, just to quickly get these edges here the way they need to be.